This is very interesting. I want to spend some time on this. Guys, can we put this up there on the screen, please? JP Morgan's internal report about its ties to Jeffrey Epstein actually just leaked out yesterday. This was the 2019 report that was compiled around the time of the Epstein arrest and whenever he died in prison. Note, I said died in prison, not committed suicide in prison. And in that report, they reviewed its ties to Jeffrey Epstein. They found, quote, that he had regularly given business advice to the one-time JP Morgan executive Jess Staley and invited him to meetings with senior officials in foreign governments. So that's why I wanted to spend time on this. Anytime we get I mean, of course, Staley's disgusting behavior, I've talked to you about before. He sent Epstein an email after he left the island, and he said, "That was fun. Say hi to Snow White for me." Okay, disgusting. And you know what Epstein replied? He said, "Which character would you like to try out?" And it's just like, it makes me want to throw up. But importantly is not just the crimes, the heinous crimes that were committed against these young girls and some of these women, is the level of penetration that he had with not only our business elites, but our foreign governments and possible intelligence services. And actually, we got some of the names of these government officials, of which had come out here. I'm going to go ahead and say some of them here for you. So they include the Dubai Sultan Ahmed bin Suleiman, so a senior member of the Emirati royal family, the British politician Peter Mandelson. Mandelson, importantly, is not just a member of the House of Lords, he's actually a very wealthy businessman. And Epstein was trying to connect associates for the bank and to finance international expansion. He wrote emails actually to bin Suleiman and to Staley to set up meetings between them and advised him, Staley, the banker, on how to conduct himself, what to expect from him. And in one email, he said that the Sultan is laying the groundwork for you to establish a serious presence. They need your reputation in the region right now is poor. So bin Suleiman, importantly, is the port operator for one of the largest companies in the Emirates, and, quote, had several visits scheduled to the Epstein townhouse between 2011 and 2014. And
which is after his conviction.
Of course, all of this happened after the conviction, after he was a registered sex offender. When it comes to the House of Lords member 2, he says, "I very much, regret ever being introduced to him." That's what they always say. I never had any business or professional relationship. But they say, and actually show emails, private bankers advise Epstein on how to structure a deal for an unnamed client to actually buy a painting from the Lord. That client was actually Leon Black, who was the head of Apollo Management, who was one of the wealthiest financiers in the entire world, and a great friend of Jeffrey Epstein, who had funneled some $100 million or so to him for quote unquote tax advice, which I'm sure that's what he needed from him. And look, I just think that this is pure speculation. It's not a confirmation, but his benefit to foreign intelligence services and his ability here to not only connect business elites and financial elites with foreign governments does show you that there was something going on else behind the scenes, because of course foreign intelligence service would have a tremendous interest in the comings and goings of members of the House of Lords, of Emirati princes and their business dealings, things like that. And then even more so, Ryan, what we would see is that his ability to connect and to influence the said policy through money and all of that would, of course, also be of great interest to them.
Right, and we should never forget a couple of things. One, that the prosecutor who went soft on him said, "I was told that he was intelligence, so therefore I should go soft on him." Like we have a remarkable number of just on-the-record, confessions around this. And then there was that critical reporting from when his townhouse was raided, that the FBI had told CNN or somebody else that they had gotten a safe that was filled with CDs that had name of high-profile person and then girl and age. And so they found his compromise. They found his blackmail. We already knew that it was the most wired-up townhouse ever. You can imagine that his plane, boats, islands, all these other venues are also completely wired with video and audio. And so then we know that there are these CDs. Where are those CDs? Like what happened with that? Like that was like, if you're a credible law enforcement agency that is actually trying to unravel this child sex ring, you just opened a safe and found all of the evidence that you need to round everybody up. Not one single person gets rounded up as a result of all of those leads.
My bet is that whatever that CD is doesn't exist anymore. Probably was set. There's a fire or a flood or something.
Real
like
shame.
There's really crazy stuff happens in some of these evidence rooms. It's shocking, you know.
Yeah.
You know, don't they have disaster plans? Something going on.
Unlike with Trump, when they fake flood something, and they actually flood the right area.
That has never been confirmed, Ryan. They've never confirmed that they flooded that. And also, it turns out it didn't even do anything, funnily enough. So I guess they're even, bad at covering it up. But listen, that's the latest from the report inside of J.P. Morgan. I think it just confirms multiple things. They knew exactly he was a sex offender. They kept doing business with him for existence and ties to foreign clients. But the foreign government piece, to me, is the single most important one, because that shows you a much higher level of involvement, not just of corruption amongst the high financiers and the highest elite on Wall Street, but of direct ties to very, very senior government officials, former presidents of the United States like Bill Clinton and more, and possible compromising information. So the more that we get on that, we'll keep everybody updated. It remains one of the most important stories in the entire country.
Hey guys, if you like that video, go to breakingpoints.com, become a premium subscriber, and help us build the best independent media organization on the planet.
That's right. We're subscriber funded. We're building something new. We want to replace these failing mainstream media organizations.
So again, to subscribe, it's breakingpoints.com.